The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
Save when you charge your electric vehicle with JPS. It's even more affordable than gas. Our Charge and Go network offers the fastest electric vehicle chargers, so you can power up in as little as 30 minutes with over 39 charging points island-wide.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, death of government senator and businessman Don Webby triggers outpouring of sympathies. St. Thomas caretaker demands end to political poster removal. Opposition leader plans new highs for local medical marijuana industry. In Inspire Jamaica Through the Eyes of Children, voices share on Love is Kind Day. And in sports, Australia edge Windies again in T20 Run Fest. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 for Sunday, July 27, 2025. I'm Curlin Brown. Grief mixed with memories of patriotism, family and entrepreneurship for the life and work of the now late government senator and business leader Don Webby, who passed away on Saturday evening at the Tony Thwaites wing at the University Hospital in Kingston. Nika Lewis sheds light on the man deemed one of Jamaica's finest sons.
The Honorable Donald J. Webby, C.D., O.J., transitioned at 62. He was a noted businessman, politician, and family man who passed away surrounded by his family at the University Hospital of the West Indies on July 26. And though it came as a shock to many, the Government Senate caucus, of which he was a member, in expressing sympathies, said it was public knowledge that he was ailing for some time. They, however, had hoped for the best. Confirmation of his passing came late Saturday evening, with the Prime Minister sharing on his social media, mourning the passing of, quote, the respected government senator, who he hailed as a visionary leader whose influence spanned both public service and private enterprise. Senator Webby was the group's chief executive officer of Grace Kennedy Limited, a tenure he began on July 1, 2011, after serving as group chief operating officer first and rejoining the company in October 2009. The Prime Minister recalled how his transformational leadership helped guide Grace Kennedy's expansion into regional and global markets and established it as one of the Caribbean's most dynamic conglomerates. Prime Minister Holness says he served with integrity as government senator and minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Finance from September 2007 to October 2009 and again in the Senate from 2016 onward, always offering wisdom, mentorship, and a firm belief in the potential of his homeland. Senate President Tom Tavares Finson, deeply saddened at his passing, in a statement described it as a tremendous loss, adding Webby was a distinguished business leader and former legislator. He shares Senator Webby's contribution to debates in the Senate were always impactful, sober, and incisive. Above all, he says Webby was a decent human being who operated with integrity, compassion, and a sincere commitment to the advancement of Jamaica. Leader of Government Business in the Upper House of Parliament, Kamina Johnson-Smith, thanked his family with whom she grieves for sharing him not just with the Parliament but with the wider Jamaica. She notes his contribution to national life spanned several sectors, including politics, corporate Jamaica, the diaspora, sports, and philanthropy. The minister concludes, quote, Don is one of Jamaica's finest sons. Senator Abka Fitzhenley, JLP Communication Task Force Chairman, lauded Webby in sporting terms.
Our thoughts go out to his family, in particular his wife Hillary, his son Nicholas, and his daughters Stephanie and Abigail. They can be comforted that the Jamaican son, the distinguished son of Jamaica, Don Webby, has served his country. He has played a good innings, and he is resting comfortably in the arms of our Lord and Savior. We are shocked in the Jamaica Labour Party concerning the loss of Don, but we endeavour to honour his tremendous legacy.
A legacy that transcends political lines. PNP President Mark Golding sharing Webby was a friend whose bond grew from Golding's time as a director on the Grace Kennedy board and as legal counsel on various transactions. In a statement, Golding, in offering condolences, shared Webby's passing represents the close of a chapter of national service. He says Webby played a meaningful role in Jamaica's recent development story. Nika Lewis, CVM News.
And Jamaica's business sector is also in mourning following the death of Don Webby, former CEO of Grace Kennedy and a towering figure in corporate leadership. The private sector organization of Jamaica called him a transformational leader and servant of the nation, while Grace Kennedy described him as a remarkable executive who embodied selfless service and unwavering integrity. PSOJ President Beatrice Iago says Webby's legacy will shape Jamaica for generations. Shelley and Fraser Price, a longtime brand ambassador, remembered him as a mentor with unmatched purpose and heart. Webby, who was 62, passed away after a period of illness. To other news, the governing Jamaica Labour Party continues to compare improvements with the country's housing solutions against the People's National Party's administration, saying the JLP has been filling the gaps and creating more opportunities. Kevin Black reports.
And what has been the envy of those who are critical of our program is that we have moved away from the traditional board houses.
Minister of Local Government Desmond McKenzie says the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, has significantly elevated the standard of housing in the country. Speaking at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for a house handover in Albion St. Thomas, the minister opined that the Food for the Poor program was underutilized by the previous administration.
But there is one aspect of local government that even in the 80s, that remain with the local authorities, and that is poor relief. Food for the Poor used to come in and take up the slack that the then government should have been using. But since 2016, we have taken the standard of housing.
Minister McKenzie highlighted that the JLP has previously proved its worth to the nation through the prior reintroduction of the Indigent Housing Program in 2017. He maintains the house received in Albion is a combined effort from the Ministry of Economic Growth and the Ministry of Local Government.
Through our Indigent Housing Program should now come in and take up where the social housing aspect left off. You are the only person in Jamaica, you are unique, that has benefited from the same property from the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation through social housing, and another half from the Ministry of Local Government through the Indigent Housing Program.
Minister McKenzie also pointed out that the priority of the Honest-led JLP administration is to ensure that citizens are living comfortably.
It is our responsibility as an administration to make the lives of these people comfortable. As a minister, I am proud that I'm a part of a government that continues to deliver. Thank you, Poor Relief, I am now fit and big and strong enough to go on our own.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Meanwhile, in declaring his administration will provide greater political transparency in local politics, opposition leader Mark Golding explains more political figures will be required to publicize their financial declarations should the People's National Party form the next government. He also spoke possibilities around the local medical marijuana industry. It's back to our reporter Kevin Black.
And the meeting nice, the meeting nice. Everybody feel nice, energy nice.
People's National Party, PNP President Mark Golding, is working towards tackling the matter of transparency in governmental operations. Speaking at the PNP's parish meeting in St. Thomas Saturday, Golding says the personal financial declarations that are summarized and published in the Jamaica Gazette cannot only be that of the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition.
How can it be that we're going into an election and we do not know whether the candidates that are being put forward are under investigation from the Integrity Commission? That cannot be right. Well, the Prime Minister should be, but he has not been since 2021 because he can't cross it because he has his problems, as we know.
Golding says his administration will work with the Integrity Commission to bring greater transparency to the people.
But all of them have signed the Leadership Code of Conduct initiated by the Integrity Commission, embodying 7 principles of good and honest government. Every one of my spokespersons have signed that. Not one Labourite has signed it. What can go so?
He also reminded his supporters of his contributions towards the decriminalization of marijuana for personal use when in possession of small amounts. This as he shared his intentions to revolutionize the local medical marijuana industry.
When I, as Minister of Justice, passed a law to decriminalize personal use of ganja, so that a youth on a corner can be hauled and pulled and arrested and carried to station and carried to court for a little spliff or a little whistler or a draw weed. We're going to ensure that the small farmers in particular in St. Thomas and elsewhere in Jamaica will have access to the industry so that they can become lawful cultivators and be part of the integrated industry that will sell our ganja as good medicine for the people of the world, to heal the nation and to heal the world.
Golding informed his supporters of his many upcoming initiatives which he intends to implement in the event that his party regains power in the upcoming elections. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Accusations of political sabotage continue to taint campaigns as more paraphernalia are reportedly being destroyed in several constituencies. PNP caretaker for St. Thomas Eastern, Councillor Yvonne Rosemary Shaw, spoke on the matter in a media address, alluding to 2 videos currently circulating online.
A billboard was torn down about 3 weeks ago. It was replaced, and this morning a set of young men was seen, and it's on video, tearing down the billboard and lighting fire to the board and also some smaller boards that were there. Now, I am calling on the Member of Parliament who was seen this morning on site with these young men carrying out that sort of activity. And I am challenging my opponent to show pictures, show videos of any PNP supporter tearing down any flag in Eastern St. Thomas. I am throwing out that challenge to Dr. Michelle Charles, Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Thomas.
CVM News at 7 will continue right after this.
Save when you charge your electric vehicle with JPS. It's even more affordable than gas. Our Charge and Go network offers the fastest electric vehicle chargers, so you can power up in as little as 30 minutes. With over 39 charging points island-wide, you'll always find a convenient place to shop, eat, work, or relax while you recharge. The Charge Lab app and Charge and Go RFID card make it easy to pay and track your charge right from your phone. Start charge. Learn more at jps.com/charge and go.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Our guest today has been named MLS Goalkeeper of the Year on numerous occasions. He is our national goalkeeper for Jamaica and also our captain. Please welcome none other than Andre Blake.
So I'm from Maypen, Clarendon, small community called Canaanites. They call it the ghetto.
Yeah.
What keeps me going is just my humble beginnings.
Yeah.
You know, Jamaicans always say, when me make up my mind, but I don't think a lot of people realize how powerful a made up mind is. It was a big moment, actually. I came in and we won the Caribbean Cup in Montego Bay, and I won the best goalkeeper of the tournament.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
As we welcome you back, so is CVM's Farming Forward. It's back. A perfect alignment before the Denby Agricultural Show. To continue, here's Druselle Mills to take you through the process of how goats are made exhibition ready and the excitement of what to expect at this year's show.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Hi, welcome to Farming Forward. We are on a goat farm. Denby's close. Let's find out more.
Welcome to Unity Boar Goat Farm, Mandeville, Manchester.
Owen Bartley is a Denby champion farmer for the year 2023. He takes pride in prepping his goats for the show every year. If you think these are your ordinary goats, think twice. These mammals are prepped, pampered, and trained for the #1 spot at the Denby Agricultural Show.
Hi, so we're here with Conan. Hi, Conan.
Conan might be huge, but he's a gentle giant with great intelligence. Quite a few times during the shoot, he stumped at me to get my attention. Looking into his beady eyes, you could tell he was excited to have visitors.
Why goat farming?
Oh gosh, it's a passion. It's a passion from when I was a kid. My dad believed in farming, and that's how he grew us up. He didn't believe in sending us to school.
Oh.
So yeah, I used to look after the goats. I used to care for the goats, and my younger brother used to care for the cows. So I think growing up, I just want to do boxing. Yeah, so boxing was my thing, and I dominate boxing here in Jamaica. You know, and then I get sent to England. So surprisingly, I come back to Jamaica and realize that boar goats was here. And I'm saying, my God, the first time I see one, full of goose pimple, they were so big and nice. And I said, I have to do this. And
What do you look for when you guys are grading the animals for Denby?
The team of judges would have traveled the entire island, visiting these farms and looking at the best practices, the record keeping, the sanitation, the breed type, how they manage the operation. And then the judge would sit down and then correlate those points, and as a result, come up with a national champion farmer.
Goats are fascinating animals. They're curious, intelligent, also with big personalities, which makes them trainable. That's a plus for them to compete in the show. It's not just their shiny horns and fancy coats. Their walk, stance, and alertness are a part of the package.
This process, it takes probably like 6-7 months. So how the animal walks, because at Denby you have 60,000 people passing through over 3 days, and you wouldn't want the animals to react to you in a particular way, which are the cows and the bigger groups. So they are used to crowds, so there's that entire process. You know, the farmers prepare these animals.
Angling process.
As a matter of fact, if you go to the livestock showroom and you see the animal walking through the showroom, it's like a pageant, 1 foot behind each other. And it is so amazing how the animals will practice for that. A lot of the farmers, they will tie the animals closer to the roadway so that the traffic and the noise, so that they get used to it, so that they won't react adversely when they are there.
Speaking of Denby, what's new for the show this year?
So this year, one thing that we want to change with Denby, after taking over the JS over 10 months and spending at least 20 years at the JS, there's a number of complaints that we want to address. And one of the main things when I sat with my board and my senior management team is that we want to change the look and feel. So one of the things that we're gearing for is improve customer satisfaction in terms of patron, exhibitors and sponsor satisfaction.
From observation, once trust is built, the goats warm up to you, especially when you have their favorite bottle. Loving creatures they are.
And because he's a buckle feed baby, we're human, we're the mother and father for him. So we feed him just like our mommy would. Yeah. So so it's finished now, so you can take it from me. All right, boy, it's finished. You can.
It's all right. You're so sweet. Wow, really sorry.
Reflecting on past Denby shows, both gentlemen took a walk down memory lane.
Champion farmer here.
Yes, and national. Oh Lord, you know, I was so excited when I won. I never believed, and when I won national champion farmer, it was amazing. I was there, and my smile was, you know, a smile and it's here. It was right around here, and I'm saying, wow. And it's just, it's not just for me. I think it's for all small ruminants, goat farmers.
You know what was exciting? After the evaluation, we never knew that we could win the winners. One of the places that the winners are announced on the main stage. Find out their presentation. So I know that you would have probably won the champion goat farmer.
Yeah.
But the national champion farmer taking into consideration all the other farmers that crop, cattle. The livestock, the crops, the bananas, pineapple. But when it was announced,
that was amazing.
For Bartley, integrity is a part of his motto and a secret weapon to his success. He advises other farmers to apply the same principle. Denby is now 71 years old. The plan is to continue the show for years to come. Mr. Grant aims to make Denby as the #1 agricultural show in the Caribbean. The 3-day celebration, August 1 to 3, showcases the best of agricultural production across Jamaica. This has been Farming Forward. I'm Druselle Mills. See you next time for part 2 of this interview.
And we go right away to regional and international news. We begin with news elsewhere in the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, a solitary walk for a nation's memory. 35 years after a violent attempt to overthrow the then government of Trinidad and Tobago, survivor Wendell Eversley continues his annual crusade to ensure the country never forgets. This year, on his journey of remembrance, he has a powerful message for the island's leaders. Here's more from Tobago Updates.
Today, Eversley completed his commemorative walk from the A&R Robinson International Airport to the final resting place in Bacalet of the late Prime Minister and President himself. But the state of the national hero's grave left him emotional and outraged.
I must cry shame on the Tobago House of Assembly, headed by the Chief Secretary, Fali Augustin.
Eversley who was held hostage in the Red House during the six-day siege in July 1990, which left 24 people dead, slammed the THA for what he called blatant disrespect.
In Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, gangs control 90% of the city. Government authority has all but collapsed, and ordinary Haitians are trapped in a daily struggle for survival in the past 6 months. More than 4,000 people have been killed. Here's the BBC.
1 in 5 victims of sexual violence is a child, and some victims of rape are as young as 6. With rare access to the streets of Port-au-Prince, this report from Noel Al-Magafi, producer Jasmine Dyer and cameraman Phil Pendlebury includes upsetting content.
We're back in Haiti. 6 months on, and the gangs here now control nearly all the capital, Port-au-Prince. The violence and horror here is relentless.
We're not gonna let them come here and kill us, steal everything we have, burn cars, burn houses, kill kids. They don't care, they kill anything. What?
A complete breakdown of society, where women and children suffer most.
They raped me. I had my 6-year-old with me. They raped her too.
Farther afield, anti-migrant protests have erupted in Epping, UK, after an Ethiopian asylum seeker housed at the Bell Hotel was charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. More from Al Jazeera.
I'm outside the Bell Hotel in the town of Epping, just outside of London. And it's been the site of protests all week where people have been gathering after one of the men who is housed here, because it's been housing asylum seekers, an Ethiopian national, has been arrested and charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. Now, the town has been erupting into anger over this. There's also been incredible misgivings about the hotel being converted into housing asylum seekers as well. And it's part of a broader picture of anger that is being felt in the UK.
And we pause at this moment to acknowledge our sponsors of Farming Forward.
Jamaica, you ready? A pan time again. We're bringing the vibes to Kingston at Jamaica College. Sunday, August 31st, CB Chicken presents Pan, powered by CB Foods. Gates open at 12 noon, and the Caribbean Passion Kiddies Village is back. Find out who will be crowned the 2025 Pan Chicken Champion. Live performances by Kevin Downswell, Lila Ike, Giamar Mitchell, and many more. Admission is free. Roll out with the whole family on Sunday, August 31st, 12 noon at Jamaica College. One banana. Powered by CB Foods.
As we welcome you back, somewhere out there, thousands are adding their voices, saying no to obstacles like ridicule, while loudly saying yes to making kindness rule. And you know, children are not excluded, because when they grow up with positivity, everyone can be mentally healthier and happier. It's time for Inspire Jamaica. Think on this. Pay attention to how you're treating others, how people are treating you, and how you can become emboldened, supported, and empowered to lead the joyful and productive life you deserve. And at the same time, reflect on the message repeated here by two youngsters on behalf of a child.
Alright, so Dad, that's a title that's supposed to bring pride, but yours is a name that I'd rather hide. A single parent with a heart of stone, leaving scars that will forever be known. Your words cut deep like a knife in my heart. The hatred grows the more you speak. At this point, I'm at my peak.
I hate that no one ever is on my side, that even my mother couldn't be my guide. She stood silent as you tore me apart, leaving me to face the shattered pieces of my heart.
I'm left to pick up the fragments of my broken heart and soul. I wonder why I was never worth making a hope. My mother loves me, but I'm always portrayed as the wrong, a reflection of your anger, an echo of your song. Her love is pure, but your voice is loud, a constant reminder of the blame and the crowd that defies me.
I hate that no matter how hard I work, I ain't never paid. My efforts were ignored and my value constantly